Today, I'm going to show you how to set up an Aladdin light from the MOSAIC series. All of the MOSAIC lights come in sturdy and durable, custom-built hard cases. When you open a case, you'll find the following contents. Inside of a protective sleeve and folded, you'll find the MOSAIC LED panel. To power the MOSAIC, there is a power supply, a 2-meter power supply extension cable, and 2 basic cables with a length of 3 meters. Besides that, you'll find the different components of the frame. They're made of solid but lightweight aluminum and are easy to assemble without the need for any tools. To attach the MOSAIC LED panel to the frame, you'll find 16 Aladdin cube bungee balls. Then, there are 2 inner bags that attach to the case with Velcro. Inside of these bags, you'll find the aforementioned bungee balls and a MOSAIC wire dimmer with DMX and built-in lumen radio. To make the kit complete, you'll also find a diffuser that nicely fits over the frame and a grid for additional control of light. The whole assembly of the MOSAIC LED setup is simple and straightforward. We start with the frame. There are multiple parts to it, and we advise you to put them together starting with the top/bottom frame component. You then slide in the rails on both sides of the top/bottom component and fixate them using the provided screws here. Once you've done this, you can then mount the T-bracket that connects to the light stand of your choice. Just slide it in and fixate it again using the provided screws. Finally, we're going to do the same steps on the other side of the frame. And there you go. Next, we'll unfold the MOSAIC LED panel and attach it to the frame using the bungee balls. We advise you to start in a corner of the panel and attach the panel like this. From there on, you repeat this step until every part of the LED panel is attached to the frame. After the assembly, we'll mount the frame to a light stand. Note that some of the MOSAIC LED panels are quite big and might require a slightly more heavy-duty light stand like the Matthew C stand we are using for this tutorial. If your shooting situation calls for a very soft light source, Aladdin provides a diffuser that directly mounts on the frame. For even more light control, there is a grid in the kit that can be attached on top of the diffuser using convenient Velcro mounting points around the frame. Next, it's time to connect the wire dimmer and the power supply cable to the MOSAIC LED panel. Make sure that the cables are locked in perfectly to ensure safe operation. The wire dimmer gives you full control over all the features of the MOSAIC LED panel. You can change the brightness, light temperature, and color to perfectly light your scene. The wired controller has a few key functions to make light adjustments swift and convenient. If you quickly want to switch between, let's say, RGB and white light, you can long press the F2 button to reset the MOSAIC panel and then switch to the mode of your choice immediately. Another cool feature is the ability to adjust light temperature, color, etc. fast or in steps of 1%. To switch between modes, you can simply press the F1 button while you're in the adjustment menu of the wired controller. The easiest way to wirelessly control your Aladdin MOSAIC is using the free Aladdin All-in app. You can easily connect to the panel using Bluetooth. Inside of the app, just search for a new panel and the MOSAIC will appear. The standard naming of the panel is the serial number. If you slide left on this number, you can quickly rename your fixture to your liking. One little note here, in order to connect the All-in app, the MOSAIC panel needs to be turned on and the wire dimmer has to be disconnected. This is because the MOSAIC panel will always prioritize the wire controller over Bluetooth connection. If you have any issues finding your MOSAIC panel inside of the All-in app, there is an easy way to reset Bluetooth, turning the MOSAIC on and off and closing and reopening the app. For DMX and lumen radio control, you can establish a wired connection using the provided dimmer. Your MOSAIC LED panel can either be controlled by DMX or the widely established connection standard lumen radio. The DMX connection is quite straightforward. You simply connect the wired Aladdin dimmer to a DMX control board using a DMX 5-pin XLR cable. For a wireless DMX connection using lumen radio, you can adjust the connection mode inside of the menu of the wired dimmer. Under the option DMX channel, you can switch between DMX and lumen radio with the F1 function knob. In order to connect, you need to match the address between the Aladdin wired controller and your lumen radio controller. Using the F2 and F3 function knob, you can change the address to match the channel with your lumen radio controller. To link both devices, long press the F3 function knob on the Aladdin controller and you can then establish a connection with your lumen radio controller. We hope you enjoy your Aladdin MOSAIC LED panel and can't wait to see what you create. Feel free to tag us on Instagram and we'll feature you in our story.